Hey there, fellow collectors, Shuki here with a review of the Power Rangers Beast Morphers, Cruise Beastbot, and Smash Beastbot figures. So these are a different price point than the normal 6-inch figures. While those are $9.99, these are $14.99 because they all have action features. Cruise transforms in the motorcycle, as you probably would have guessed, given Cruise and the fact that there's a full front of a motorcycle hanging out in this package. While Smash is not only quite a bit thicker because he's a big gorilla bot, but he has arm projectiles added to his play features, which are both good and bad, and we'll get to that later. But of course there are Morph-X keys for both Cruise and Smash, so unlock their voices in the Morpher. Real quick, just on the back here, just kind of shows off the Morpher, the transformation capabilities. There's a big UPC that Target.com used, where I picked this up for. Like I said, these were $14.99 a piece. Got some pictures on the side here. Also, look for. Too bad only one of these is actually in this price point. I don't think Jax is going to be in this price point. Jax isn't scheduled to come out until the fall wave. But I don't think Jax is going to be in this price point. I think because of how small Jax is. I think they're putting Jax in the $9.99 price point, even with action features. But whether this line will continue going forward in anything that's not Beastbots, I don't really know. These are the only two that we are short of for now, but we will see in the future. I'm sure there will be more Beastbots added to this line, or more Smashes that do different things, maybe. I don't know. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get these open and take a look. Alright, here we are, and here they are. And my first impressions aren't the greatest, but we'll get into that momentarily. The Morph-X keys do just clip onto the sides of their arm. Smashes a little bit too well, because it clips right into that like pipe thingy that's on him, and so it gets a little bit stuck. But here is Smash's key right here, and they do look cool. They're painted well. Got a nice translucent blue blade on there, and these aren't numbered or anything like that, but all of the morph keys I believe are going to have this little clip, because that's how they clip onto the arms of the Rangers and the Beastbots and all that stuff. So we'll move Smash out of the way momentarily. Here is Cruise. Here is his morph key. You can wield it on the side like a blade, or you can pop it off and use it in your Morpher and stuff like that. But really cool design on it at the very least. Opaque gold colored plastic for him. And now that he is morph keyless, you can actually take this off and pop it on the other arm, as it probably should be. And he's got like a little, I want to say it's a cannon, but the missile they give it makes it just kind of look like it shoots air. But we'll get into Cruise momentarily. I've got things to say. Let's go ahead and bring in our Beast-X Morpher as I drop it and make a big thud. That probably vibrated all the way through the camera, because that's where the camera's sitting. Turn it back on. That was off. This is on. Hit the button. There we go. We're all set. Go ahead and do Cruise first.
Moto mode activated.
Yay.
Let's take a spin in the Racer Zord. Moto mode activated.
I don't think that's actually Kelson Henderson. They're doing a pretty decent job, but I don't think it's him. Maybe
Rangers,
it is.
it's go time.
That definitely isn't, because that's a generic phrase.
Let's go. Unleash the beasts. Moto mode activated.
So he's only got like two?
Let's take a spin in the Racer Zord. Unleash the beast.
So he's only got like two sounds. Let's go ahead and see if the morph's any different.
Are you ready? Say it's morphin' time.
Are you actually Kelson Henderson?
Moto mode activated. Rangers, it's go time. Let's go.
So those are all the same.
Unleash the beast.
So nothing really changed except for the fact that you got the extra cruise noises. So it is what it is. Here is Smashes.
Let's smash this!
Okay.
Blue Ranger, you're so brave!
Yeah, that's definitely not Smash's voice from the show.
Let's smash this!
Yeah, let's smash it. You got it.
Rangers, it's go time! Let's go! Unleash the beasts!
Alright, and just for...
Are you ready? Say it's morphin' time!
I don't have anything clever to say this time.
Unleash the beasts!
So,
Let's smash this!
let's smash it. Alright. So that is that for the Morpher. That will probably beep at me because I didn't turn it off when I set it down. But hey, it is what it is. So here is Cruz. We'll start with Cruz. And I really want to like these figures. I really do. But they made it to where it's kind of a struggle. But I will say right off the bat that these look alright. The silver paint used is very nice. There is a lot of paint applications. I think the head sculpt is... There it is. The head sculpt is great, particularly in the eyes and the forehead. So they definitely did a good job of making the figure look good. The functions of the figure, on the other hand, is where it kind of flops. First of all, I'm going to take this part off right away because it kind of gets in the way. Second of all, I want to take this part off, but I can't because it's pinned into his hand. So instead of making it a clip or something like that, it is permanently affixed to his hand. So there is that. So he's permanently stuck with a wheel weapon. The kickstand is on the back here. Articulation-wise, ball joint on the head, so he can look around pretty decently. Not so much in the up, but he can look down quite a bit, mostly because of transformation. And you got a little bit of rotation right there. The arms. The arms are on a swivel. They go up. They go down. They can do it all around. But they cannot go outward at all. They are stuck there. Again, because of the pin. So they're not going to fall out. But they can't go anywhere. There is a rotation right here. Again, kind of because of transformation. But there is an arm rotation right here. And that is actually it for the arm rotation or articulation. The feet, we get down here. There is a, I think these are ball joints. Yeah, I think they're ball joints right here on the hips. So you got a little bit of a wiggle room. This feels very hollow because the feet bend back into there for transformation. So you do have quite a bit of range on the knee joint, but there's nothing else. There's no rotations or feet, ankle tilts, or anything of the like. That is just what you have for this one. So transformation on the back here, you do have the bike head just kind of hanging out. There isn't really anything you can do with it. This does move, thankfully, but yeah, this part can't condense at all. So transformation is pretty simple. Just swing that around. Did I do that right? I think it's like this. I think it's like that. The head will tilt upward. Bring this around and it'll fit inside. The head will tilt back, I guess. That'll fit in there. Swing this around. These will peg together right about here. Then the feet will just fold into the back of the legs. Just like so. These black pieces will fold in. The hand, the free hand, will kind of rotate and sit inside of this little clip area. And it will, there we go. It will snap into place just like that. And then this whole unit will slide down like that. It does take a little bit of finagling to try to get everything lined up. But once you do, it looks okay. Like I said, the kickstand is right here. We'll go ahead and set the kickstand up. In terms of rolling, he does roll. He rolls fairly well, as rolly things should, to quote MGO. This will tab in right on this side of the bike, kind of right in this little sliver of space right here, as his sort of exhaust pipe, which also kind of doubles as its own kickstand, so you don't particularly need the kickstand. Speaking of, this is just a friction missile, which seems to shoot very well. So that's neat. I'm going to go ahead and just keep it off for now, just for the aesthetic purposes of this. This does rotate quite a bit because of how loose the arm rotation is. I really wish this part right here pegged into the legs to stabilize this. That is honestly my only complaint about this mode, is that it just doesn't feel like it holds together well, particularly this section here. And plus there's that huge gap right there that you can see plain as day. And the paint applications aren't as good in bike mode. But it is what it is. Whether the Red Ranger can ride him, I'm not sure, because I don't have the actual Ranger figures yet. But I will attempt that in the video when I do get the Ranger figures. But so yeah, there is Cruz in his bike mode. Smash is going to be a lot easier to review because he doesn't do anything. He does look pretty neat. I really wish there was some silver paint throughout here. There is some on the feet and on the shoulders and the face, but I really wish the body had some silver paint. I think that would have looked pretty great. Another thing I have a little bit of gripe about is just the missiles. I understand they wanted to make them look like an energy burst, so they you can see hand detailing inside of there, but it doesn't have like an actual set of fists. So while I do like these, I wish there was an additional set included that just looked like his normal hands. Because now you have a Smash figure that just constantly has his hands on fire, and that's not really neat to me. These do shoot pretty decently, I think. Did I just lie? I probably just lied. I can't get them to fire. Oh, no, I lied. They shoot crabby. Oh, no, that one shot really well. So there's just a lot of I don't want to say pressure, because it's just a friction shooter. But they're not the easiest things to fire. I'm also a weakling, so there's multiple layers to this. This part right here, his little back piece, is just on a clip. It can pop off and pop onto there for like a shield or something. That never happens in Go Busters, but it's a nice little bonus feature because he doesn't have an additional weapon or anything like that. So there is that. That's neat. Articulation-wise, his head is actually pretty interesting. It's kind of just on a little ball joint, but it does have a little bit of range of movement from there. And then, of course, it does rotate at the little steering wheel part. So you can get a pretty decent range of movement throughout the head there. The shoulders can do a full 360. There is, again, no outward movement at all, but you do have an elbow joint, so that's a one-up to Cruz. So you do have an elbow joint there, which is nice. A lot of the times when you have these missile launching gimmicks, they don't put an actual elbow joint in, so I'm really glad that they ended up putting an elbow joint in there. As for the legs, there's no waist movement or anything like that. They are just on a swivel. They cannot go back because of his butt skirt right back here, but they can go all the way forward, and there is a really hard, stiff knee joint right here, but there is a knee joint nonetheless. And unfortunately, despite the fact that it is made to be like a joint, it is not actually a joint. It's all one solid plastic, so looks deceive you. There is no foot movement at all. So that is Smash. Like I said, that is it for him because he doesn't transform or anything like that. But he is nice. I feel he's the nicer of the two. He's a nice, bulky, solid figure. I don't particularly know if he's a $14.99 solid figure, but he is a pretty nice solid figure. If you didn't get the figure arts from Go Busters, this is a pretty decent little alternative for your Ranger figures. Though I'm really curious about the scale now, because blue should be shorter than the Beastbot, and I feel they're going to be the same height. So we'll see if that's a nitpick once I get the Ranger figures in hand. So there is that. One thing I did want to highlight, and I don't normally like doing this, but I wanted to compare this Cruz figure to the one that Japan released. In the Go Busters line, Japan released a transforming Cheetah Nick, which is the Japanese version of Cruz, for those that didn't see Go Busters. And so they have their own transforming toy of Cruz, to use the Power Rangers terms. And I've always loved this figure. This was always a really neat, solid figure. I just wanted to compare the two real quick. This one was a little bit more expensive. I think this was about a $30 set for both a posable figure of Red Buster and then this figure right here. So this, I mean, it was a little bit more than this one. But this was released by Bandai Japan, and then this one was released by Hasbro. Hasbro's the people that make Transformers, so I kind of set their transforming toys on quite a bit of like high ground. And I don't think this one really hit the nail on the head. But here's the two in bike mode. Like I said, the Hasbro one is missing quite a bit of paint details, particularly in like the wheel section and a little bit in the chest section. But it's not too bad. Like, it's not horrible. But right off the bat, just this front piece to me just looked really bland. And this is the exhaust for this figure instead of the big cannon thingy. You just got a little cannon thingy on the Go Busters one. But real quick, I just want to transform these two real quick. I can't stand him. Alright, so here they are. The Cruz figure is a little bit taller. It's about a 6-inch scale, while the Cheetah Nick one is about a 5-inch scale. And just as you can see, they actually like transform very, very similar. The key differences, and I think that's what makes this one win out over me, is the fact that the front or the back wheel part actually is just two separate pieces. And so the hands fit into these grooves just like this one does, but they both come apart. And this actually can split apart into little saw kind of weapons for him. So there's that. I just hate the fact that this piece is just always stuck there when they could have easily just made it a separate piece. I don't really know why they pinned it in, to be honest. But yeah, they transform very similar. For those that don't know, this one has pretty much the same kind of overall design in terms of transformation as Cruz topples over. The back piece does not sit as flush as the Cruz figure does. So there is that, but this one does have a lot more arm articulation. It's got a little bit of outward movement. It's got an elbow joint, so there is that. And overall, obviously, it does have a little bit better paint as well. But that backpack is a little bit unsightly, to say the least. I don't remember if this comes off at all. It might fold down a little bit more, but I don't see a way of doing that. It's been a long time since I actually handled the figure. But yeah, so overall, Cruz is not bad. I think the only thing that hinders Cruz is this piece right here that's stuck to his hand permanently. So it's like you can't get a good, just normal mode Cruz figure to pose with your Rangers. And the fact that his arm articulation is very, very, very hindered. But other than that, I can see the like very close similarities between the Bandai figure and the Hasbro figure. So there is that. I just wanted to compare those two real quick for those that hadn't seen the Japanese version. If by chance you want to hunt down the Japanese version instead, that is an option for you. I don't know how readily available it is anymore. But there is Cruz, there is Smash. They're all right figures. Are they worth $14.99? I don't particularly think so. At $5 more, I'm getting a deluxe class Transformer, and I feel Cruz isn't up to that quality that I would associate with like the people that make Transformers. is kind of what I'm getting at. But all in all, they're not bad, just not really feeling it. But if you want to get your hands on some Beastbot action, this is definitely the way to go. And I do definitely recommend Smash. Again, $14.99 is a little bit much, but there's currently no real posable mold of this that's not a stupid expensive figure art, or one that's like quite a bit taller and talks, which is cool, and actually might be better, because if these are the same height, we'll get there later. In fact, I don't think I ever reviewed those. I should probably review those now that Beast Morphers is happening. But I don't know. I will let you decide for yourselves if these are worth the pickup for you. But all in all, they're alright. So that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care, and have a great one. Bye.